What's up, guys? So I did get my two -1090s yesterday for the hatch. Got those already put on there, running to the catch can. And we did actually take this thing out last night. We were gonna make a street racing video with it, but before we could make it to the meet, it started to make a noise. So just to be safe, I shut it off because it kind of sounded pretty bad coming from the motor. Still not sure what it is yet, but I did already pull the oil pan off. There's absolutely no metal shavings in the oil at all. There's none in the pan, none in the oil pickup. So I'm hoping that the rods are okay, or the bearings, and if there is a bad bearing, and that's what's making the noise, that I caught it really early and I could just throw a new set of bearings in. But where I'm at right now, I honestly don't even think it is the rod bearings. It could be something else. I might just have to tear into it a little bit more to figure out the problem. So the hatch is a little sick right now, but I'm gonna get her fixed up really soon because we need to get this thing back on the streets ASAP.
Alright, so since my wagon is on hold because I'm waiting for some parts, I've been picking up stuff for the Geo, and it might be a possible Honda swap soon. I pretty much just have most of it gutted, and I've gotten a motor from Wyatt for cheap and a bunch of CRV stuff, like the whole rear end out of a CRV. It's just kind of sitting there.
All-wheel drive.
Yeah. I have everything except for axles and drive shaft, because I picked up that CRV tranny too. But
got it.
Yeah. So I might be swapping all this stuff into the Geo somewhat soon. I'm gonna make sure I have everything I need before I even start it. But we have the CRV tranny here and Wyatt's old B18 out of the Integra. This is just a stock motor. The first thing I'll do is just figure out if the motor will sit in there, because everything's gonna have to be custom, and probably gonna have to cut the fenders out for the B series to fit in there. But that's kind of what I've been up to with this, because it still leans out under boost until we find something to
make the fuel injector work.
Yeah,
or something.
Or raise the fuel pressure under boost.
Are you still gonna try to get the wagon back together before you start this?
Yeah, I might. Depends, because I'm just waiting on those P2PO rods, and they're out of stock. And my block is also at the machine shop, so I don't know. I don't know when I'll start this, but I pretty much have everything. I even have a shifter. Yeah, I got everything for super cheap.
Oh yeah, I put it under here.
Where's it? Oh, right there. Yeah, so just 5-speed shifter out of a CRV. I got that and the transmission for $250. The motor and harness for $100, and all that rear end stuff for $150. So I'm not even $1,000 in anything, including the car. So if it doesn't turn out how I like, it's really not that big of a loss.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot of fab work.
Yeah.
A lot.
It probably won't be done super fast, but there's no time frame on it. Because
just see how long it takes.
No clue what I'm getting myself into.
So I'm back at PFI right now, and this is that same K20 that we pulled out of the RSX, and I went ahead and pulled off the power steering pump and AC compressor and serpentine belt. And what I'm going to do for now is just put both of these onto the MR2 so I can run the serpentine belt to run my water pump and alternator. So later on I will probably get the K-tuned delete kit for these, but Brent has no use for these laying around, so I might as well use them. And I will have the belt so I can run all that stuff and hopefully try to get it running and driving good enough to take it home soon. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these thrown onto the MR2 and try to get this belt put on. So we just got it filled up with coolant. There was really no easy way to fill it up because there's nowhere to fill the coolant lines up. I'm pretty sure the factory motor had some sort of spot in the back here where I could crack it, take the cap off and fill it with coolant there. There's no cap on the radiator or anything like that, so we had to fill it through these little lines going to the throttle body, because this is like the highest point in the motor right there. So we just filled it up with coolant through there, put all the lines back on, and we're gonna start it up and just check for leaks.
Go.
20. The ECU to run. That's why I wasn't starting. Let's plug it in. Now it should start. I always forget about that too, because I always put it back in Brent's little cubby.
Yo.
Oh, there was fuel.
What? What was it hitting?
They just stayed at 40.
Oh, leaking water. Does it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does.
Now it should be smoking.
I don't see shit.
Just a little bit.
Oh, it's starting to smoke. I don't know what you're doing, but
Smoking. Put it in the hole.
is that light? That's some crappy smoke. But I guess once it fills up over time.
No,
Let's do that.
garbage. Yeah.
Let's get my phone. How's that?
There you go.
Is the EGR a vacuum leak? I mean,
Yes, sir.
or is that just because the valve's open? And it's going through the exhaust.
It looks like the only place that smoke come out is right there.
I know, maybe I need to find that EGR valve, but it was doing that with it on there either way. I don't know.
Is it underneath?
What?
Yeah, crawl into there.
What?
Can you see anything underneath?
Oh yeah, let me crawl up under there. Alright, so we got coolant in it, and we should have everything we need to at least drive it around. The idle still fluctuates up and down. Not sure what that's about yet. We think it's just in the tune because we did a leak down test with the little fog machine. Doesn't have any sort of vacuum leaks that we can see. So we'll figure that out later, but for now we're gonna try to make it to the gas station, which is just down the block. It needs some gas in it. So right here's the alternator wire. To turn the alternator on, we're gonna plug this in real quick, and hopefully we make it there and back. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, look how low we are.
Literally
It's
out
like
of gas.
Yeah, below the empty line. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No.
Can I stop? That sounds bad. We should check it out. Yeah.
Sounds like the axles.
Yeah, it's good. So we made it to the gas station, but it's making a pretty bad noise, and I think it's this back mount right here. Let me get my light. I think it's this back mount because I only have the two side mounts tightened down. This back mount was probably sliding back and forth in its little slots and making a pretty bad clunking sound. It's either that or something to do with the axles, which I doubt. So I mean, when we get back, I'll tighten that down, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna drive it again tonight. But I bet that's what it is. I put my money on that. And hopefully it doesn't break on the way back, but we're like not even a quarter mile away. So we should be okay. So we did end up pulling the MR2 back inside real quick. I tightened down the half shaft because it only had one bolt in there, and I also tightened down my motor mounts to keep the motor from rocking around, and that seemed to clear up the noise pretty much completely. And we took it around the block and it seemed just fine. My sway bar is also making some noise, so the rest of the noise that it makes every now and then just could be from the sway bar right here because it's just kind of hanging off. I need to get that rebolted back up. But just gonna call it for tonight. Got a lot done. Got that serpentine belt on, got water in it, should put coolant in it, put fluid in the tranny. The alternator seems to work. That belt's running everything just fine. So I'm gonna continue on this thing maybe tomorrow, if not Wednesday, and hopefully try to get it home this week. I think I can make it home. So we're getting there. So yeah, I just got back from PFI. Still got a figure out what's up with the hatch, but that's for another day. Charlie got a fuel cell for the Geo build, and he wants to show his interior. He was working on it while I was gone. Got it all race card out. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so this is, here, I'll just show. So I fully stripped the Geo,
Oh fuck.
like fully.
I didn't even see it yet.
It just has, it just has a cluster. That's it.
There's a fucking belt holding the instrument cluster on.
Yeah. And
Let me hold the
yeah.
light for you.
So that includes the back. So,
You can go weigh this thing.
yeah. I know, I want to take it. We can take all the shit I took out to the dump and go weigh this. But yeah, there's still some things I need to hook up, like
Geo's going full race car.
yeah. So I'm buying a dash harness from an Integra probably tomorrow, and a cluster. So basically, I'll have everything except for a few things, but still not gonna start it yet. I just need to get a clutch and clutch assembly for that, and then front hubs because I'm doing 5-lug swap. And then, yeah, just that cluster. Yeah,
And that you figured out that the B series clutches are different.
yeah, there's just 2 different sized B series transmissions, like the splines on them.
Yeah, because we had no idea why that one wouldn't fit.
Yeah, that was Hayden who told me that because he had B series. Yeah, and then
No, that's weird that the H one fits on there.
I got this dope ass fuel cell. It's an 8-gallon.
Jesus Christ, boy, you trying to blind him with that light? Okay, sorry, I need that light no more.
But yeah. Some dude was selling this, so I bought it, and it was like half price, so everything is cheap on this build.
Yep.
How much do you have in it so far?
Like not even $1,000.
No.
And you pretty much
Including-
have almost everything you need besides
Yeah.
what you're gonna have to fabricate.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be a lot. But it'll be sick.
Well, we're just gonna get it to drive front wheel drive first, and then do all the rear wheel drive or the all wheel drive shit.
Later on.
Just gonna be some custom mounts, engine mounts first off. That's gonna be the hard part.
It should be pretty easy.
Yeah, getting that shit to fit in there good is just gonna be the hardest
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, it's a tight fit.
Tight. We'll show that later, but it's
Yeah,
tight.
it's within an inch of tightness.
It's a big motor for that little Geo. And it's still only a 1.8 liter.
There'll be more room if we decide to cut the fenders out, so. But it is a unibody, so there's no frame really.
Yep.
So you're gonna have to find somewhere to hold.
There's a chance I might bring that MR2 home in the next couple of days, so we'll see about that. I'm gonna fix that piece of shit.
Still don't know what's wrong with it?
No, I didn't. I just pulled the pan off just to make sure there was no metal, and that's all I really accomplished today. Right after I got that, I went over to PFI. So, figure that out later. Do a compression test on it.
Let's
or
just take
something.
the valve cover off.
Yeah, I might take the head off.
Maybe you
honestly.
dropped a valve.
Maybe, I doubt that. But never know. It could be anything. But it doesn't seem that bad either way, and I have a full another H22 in the shed for any parts I need. So, yeah. Want to say an outro, Gaten? Want to say goodbye to everybody?
It's all blurry.
Won't focus?
Nope.
No. I got nothing to say.
That's it.
That's all, folks.
Still blurry.
Dude, get the fuck out of here.